do the sex.
Hi everybody, I am here to introduce you to the Womanizer NEXT clitoral stimulation / suction toy. But before we get started, scroll down and subscribe to my e-newsletter so you can get more reviews like this one along with sexpert-backed tips, tricks, and information on how to start having better sex tonight right in your inbox. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep up with my videos. And finally, make sure to memorize and write down my exclusive Womanizer listener discount code, EXPLORES15. When I'm done with this review, if you decide you want to try the next for yourself or have some other Womanizer toys for your toy box, you can get 15% off with my code EXPLORES15. All right, let's dive in. Womanizer has long been known for revolutionizing the pleasure air tech industry with toys like the Womanizer Classic, the Classic 2, the Premium, and the Premium 2, which I have right here. The next is the latest iteration of the Womanizer line, and it boasts cool new features like 3D pleasure air tech, which is music to my clit's nerve endings. But this toy comes with so much more. It is brimming with features, some old and some new. I'm going to walk you through everything you get when you get the next. So what comes in the box when you get your next? When you open the box, it's in cool packaging that's fun and sexy. I do love the Womanizer packaging. You are going to get your next device, obviously, a cool little cotton satchel that you can keep it in. It comes with a magnetic charger. And then this is something that I really love about the next and several of the Womanizer toys. It comes with an extra stimulation head that's in a different size. Now I love this because all bodies come in different sizes and all vulvas come in different sizes, but also it offers up different sensations when you switch out to this is actually a little bit of a larger head. Then finally they add in a cute little masturbate sticker because who doesn't like masturbation? Let's dive into the Womanizer NEXT features. We're going to start with some of the simple and basic stuff. It comes in multiple colors. Purple, which is my favorite, but you can also get it in black and sage. It is waterproof, which I think is super important. It makes it easy for cleaning, and then obviously you can play in wet places. Another highlight is the charge time and play time. It's 120 minutes to full charge, but you get a whopping 240 minutes of clit sucking playtime. This makes me happy. No one wants to have to stop in the middle of their play session to recharge their toy. As for the make and build of it, you can see it's this oblong shape. Ergonomically, it's really comfortable and easy to hold and use with the placement of the buttons that you can see on the back. You've got your plus and minus button on the back. You have this little wavy button we'll be getting to, and another button on the front. And with the hand placement, they are all easy to get to. It's also made out of body safe, super soft silicone, which when we're dealing with a clit, is a highlight. Finally, you get a 5-year warranty. Let's dive into the really cool features that the Next is boasting. Let's start with 3D pleasure air tech and the whisper quiet feature because they go hand in hand. Look, I don't know much about the motors they put into their toys, but I can tell you that the 3D pleasure air tech is a significant improvement on the previous Premium 2 in multiple ways. First of all, this new motor, it creates suction and stimulation that actually goes sort of beneath the skin and gives you deeper sensation without even fully touching you. I can verify that whatever their new technology is, it does create a much more intense, pleasureful experience at a lower intensity, and we will get into the intensity levels. This toy has 14 intensity levels that you can explore by pressing on the plus and minus buttons on the back, and you can see right here where they are located. But 14 intensities. I cannot use the highest intensity on this toy because it is too much for me. But before I go into the sensations and my experience more, one thing I would like to point out is whatever they did with this motor, it also makes this toy so much more quiet. My primary complaint with the Premium 2 was the noise level, and I'm going to do a little demonstration for you. So this is the sound level of the Premium 2, and I don't even have it all the way up. But you can hear as I turn it up, it's a pretty loud toy. Turning on the Next, it starts at this sound level. It's on. Then as we start to build up intensities, and we are almost to the highest intensity. There we go. So you can tell that this, in comparison to big difference. The sound level is super important to me because I find noisy toys to be distracting, especially during partner play, when what you want to be focused on is, well, yourself and your partner, not the toy that's just there to enhance the experience. But even in solo play, I find really noisy toys bring me out of that sort of sensual place I need to be in my head and in my body. So 2 thumbs up on Whisper Quiet and the 3D tech. The next feature I want to talk about when it comes to the Womanizer Next is Autopilot. Autopilot essentially takes you on an unexpected ride. It offers up different patterns, intensities, and brings you to orgasm at its own rate. Now, I usually wouldn't use a feature like that, but the very first time I tried the Next, I actually turned on the Autopilot and I was pleasantly surprised. Because of the 3D technology, regardless of how intense or light the suction is, the stimulation is layered. It goes deep. So it was actually kind of fun, and it felt like I was with somebody else when I was using Autopilot because it wasn't just me controlling it at high intensity. I had waves of pleasure and sensations that actually very quickly brought me to climax. You control Autopilot with this little button right here on the inside of the handle. Now let's talk about the Smart Silence feature that Next boasts. It is not a new feature, it was on the previous iteration, and basically it allows users to turn on a function that makes it so that the toy only starts up when it is close to or touches your skin, and when it's pulled away, it stops immediately. This is a great feature for people with kids or people in the household who don't know how to knock. Another feature that is new to the Womanizer Next is Climax Control. It is controlled by this button on the back that looks like it's got like 3 stacked arrows. And this is the 3D Pleasure Air Tech. It has 3 settings you can toggle through just by clicking on the button. And I'm going to show you how they work. You can see that when the Next is on, there's an LED light that lights up. Then you just push this button to toggle through your 3 options. And you can tell which one it's on by looking at the LED lights. Finally, I want to talk about the Afterglow feature. The Afterglow feature is actually a really cool highlight for me. It's not new. It is on the last version, the Premium 2. But basically, the Afterglow is after you have had your orgasm, you simply push the minus button and it will bring you down to the lowest setting on the next. So you're still receiving some pleasurable sensation, but not at a high intensity. So you can relax there and finish off without sort of an abrupt ending, or you can kind of stay there and stay aroused, but let the nervous system cool down until you're ready for round 2, which is what I like to do. Now that you know about the features, let's talk about how you use the controls. I've shown you where the controls are located. The power button is down here at the bottom of the toy. It's easy to locate and it looks like a power button. You just hold it and on comes the toy. You will know that it's on because you will see the LED lights start to light up. If you want to control the intensities, it's super simple. You've got your plus button here at the top that toggles you up through higher intensities, and you've got the minus button that takes you back down to the more chilled intensities. Now, I've already shown you that you do climax control by hitting this button here. It looks kind of like some stacked arrows on top of each other. You have 3 options for that. You activate your smart silence by hitting your plus and minus button at the same time. To activate autopilot, you just press the button on the inside of the handle down at the bottom. It's a little squiggly line, and there you go. You're ready to go, and you'll know that it's on because you will see this little LED light pulsating at the top. Finally, if you want to activate Afterglow, as I said before, you just hit your minus button and it brings you down to the toy's lowest setting. To turn it off, go ahead and hit the power button and you're done. As for my experience with the Next, I had a very fast and hard orgasm the first time I had it. Like I said, I turned it on, and the feature that I focused on was autopilot. I set my intensity not to the most intense, maybe halfway up. I played with the settings with the Climax Control just to see what they were like. Found one that I liked and I hit autopilot. And it was a really interesting experience. It would ramp up and then kind of back off and let me settle. Usually this would cause me to last a much longer time, but with the new motor and the lack of distraction and the depth and layered sensation of the 3D air tech, I was done like that. Now, I didn't stop there because, well, that would be no fun. I used the Afterglow to keep me aroused and in the orgasmic state so that I could play for longer. And within a very short time, I was able to ramp up the intensities and bring myself to orgasm again. My thoughts on the Womanizer Next. There is no doubt that the Womanizer Next is a huge improvement on its predecessor. The 3D air tech is no bullshit. It is for real. And I love that it gives me the opportunity to play with patterns and have fun instead of just going straight to high intensity. It does give the sensation of sort of having a lover with you if you happen to be alone. It's great for solo play. The silence, the smart silence, huge improvement. It also makes it perfect for playing with a partner. Now, the other thing I do love about the Womanizer make, shape, ergonomic build is that it's great for partner play. It can get involved and enhance your situation without getting in the way, at least close to the body. The placement of the buttons make it very easy to manage without having to stop and figure out what you're doing. So it's versatile, it's comfortable, it's got options for different size head and experiences. This one is staying in my toolbox for my own personal play. I think it's a great option for people who are new to pleasure air tech. It's very easy to use and it's going to satisfy you fast. The biggest con to the Womanizer Next is its price. It's in the $200 range, but it comes with a 5-year warranty. I'm just saying that's a lot of clit sucking hours. I think it's worth its price. And of course, with my discount code Explorers15, that brings the price down a little bit. But over the years, it's going to bring you a lot of joy. If you are interested in finding out more about the Womanizer Next, head to my website, sheexploreslife.com, and read my full review. You can also scroll down to the link and check out the Next for yourself. And remember, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can get more reviews like this one. And subscribe to that e-newsletter. I will be sending you reviews, tips, tricks, and sex for back information that is going to help you start having spicier sex tonight. But I will also be sending you discount codes and giveaway opportunities with me. So until next time, I'll see you in the locker room. Cheers. Ring loop.